Meanwhile, Norfolk Southern announced a new plan today for its operations. Plus, the railroad agreed to pay for temporary relocation of the residents in East Palestine while the cleanup there continues.
3 News investigator Marissa Sines is here now with these details. So what do we know so far?
So this is good news, and it really benefits just those in East Palestine. So at the EPA's request, Norfolk Southern has agreed to more financial support for residents that live within a 1-mile radius of the derailment site. The railroad has offered to pay for lodging, travel, food, and clothing while crews continue to clean up and as the potential of chemical exposure still looms. Now, just this morning, the railroad also announced a new safety plan, which includes enhancing several operations, including the distance between hot wheel bearing detectors, a new generation of detectors to catch overheated bearings more effectively, enhanced practices for detectors, including evaluating the railroad's temperature threshold, which is different for every railroad, and deploy acoustic detectors, which detects vibrations of wheel bearings. It's just another measure of inspection. It also plans to accelerate the digital train inspection program and work with the FRA to promote a, quote, strong safety culture. This comes as the NTSB continues its lengthy investigation into the derailment and Norfolk Southern. The chair of the NTSB spoke to the Washington Post today, saying the new plan is just the beginning of much needed change.
I think it's a good first start. And so there needs to be good decision making, some policies and practices put in place, and possibly definitely be more conservative.
Now, crews continue to clean up the derailment site, removing over 3 million gallons of water and more than 2,300 tons of soil so far. That's according to the railroad. Now, some of the next steps include track excavation as well, guys. So, I mean, this is going to be a process moving forward. And, you know, the EPA stresses that. But it's good to see because, you know, the EPA was questioned pretty intensely last week, which, of course, is relying on Norfolk Southern to give the answers because they're the ones in charge of the plan of, you know, you've only offered $1,000 and that was probably gone like really quickly. Sure. So I'm glad to see this new news, and hopefully it benefits those residents.
The relocation is until they deem that the area is completely cleaned up?
Yeah, that's according to the most recent press release that was sent out. We're going to continue to ask, is there a cap on that? Is there a time limit on that? Because we know that just in the next 7 days, they're going to start the excavation of the track and removing the main track. And that's going to take some time because the EPA said, you know, according to Norfolk Southern's plan to the EPA, that's 10 days per side. So that's at least a month. So it makes you wonder, you know, that's some time, that's costly. So we'll continue asking those questions.
Wow. I know you will. Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.